ReZero, Season 3, Episode 4. Yeah, they were off doing their thing. I've never seen her concerned before. That's Garf's buzzword. Strong, you say? Wow, that's wrong? It's about to get real loud. Right, don't throw your life away. You're saying this plan very loud. Wow, things change for Mimi when she's in love, huh? Suddenly there's stakes. Things aren't just various manner of prey that she can murder. Come on, bro. Come on now. I mean, yeah. Oh, she's saying Reinhard is the loser? Reinhard is the loser in the room out of all the people here. Not, the drunk holding a little girl hostage against his son. To try to give this guy some sympathy, it's gotta be so painful if you suck this much in between Wilhelm and Reinhard. Like, that's your DNA. I mean, you had it in there somewhere probably, and this is what happened. This is what you did with that. He's gotta hate Reinhard extra bad because he comes from Wilhelm, right? And he kind of fell off that path. You might think something like, well, my old man, he just got lucky. He was in the right place, right time, different generation, more opportunities. He's a fraud. And then your son vastly out surpasses your father and, of course, you. But actually, that kind of person would just be like, he just got lucky, different generation. I had all the bad luck right in the middle where nothing good could have possibly been done. Well, I mean, I guess he has physical power if Reinhard is hesitating. Although it could be pity. Reinhard taking some L's this arc. Surprisingly. Shockingly. Yeah, double standard much. Yeah, there's several witches. Do we not know which one? I'm excited to meet her ghosts. I have high expectations after Echidna. Yeah, the name is striking. Oh, maybe not even the real one. Odd. That sounds shockingly familiar. You just said the same thing twice. Is this a world where you could have one or the other? Truly an escapist fantasy. You said the same thing 3 times. Bad. Real bad. And were we truly all blindsided by this? I mean, forgive me for being a little bit suspicious of Anastasia here. I don't actually think she's malicious and evil, just that she's mercenary. Oh, she got hurt. Here we go. No time to rest. Sort of, I am intrigued by lust. Oh god. Oh man, okay, she's fine, it's fine. We can heal her. Yeah, the first thing I thought was like, this is meltdown material for Garf, who's just way off base with his scale of strength and himself and his insecurities. At the risk of sounding callous, dissecting it in this way, in this moment, because really what matters the most here is like Mimi's injury, but just Garf overall, the way he's talking this season. It's an extreme example, and I think it feels somewhat obvious to the viewer, like, come on, dude, you're not there yet. You're not Reinhard. You'll maybe get there. But this is one of those things that's so pervasive to normal life that once you see it, you can't unsee it, where I think more than most people realize, they use this kind of label-based thinking. Like for Garf, strength is a base stat. It's an identifier that you either are or aren't, which of course is the case for some things like height, facts, and details about your past. But then that gets taken and extrapolated into things that are actually quite malleable. Self-worth, potential capability in a thing, intelligence, gifts, future outlook. Someone recently bought their first stock and it tanked, and she was like, I guess I just don't have the gift of stocks. I'm like, there is no gift of stocks. It's like saying I don't have the gift of speaking French. It's like, well, you weren't born in France. Like, if you had been born in France and grew up in France, you'd be very gifted at speaking French. It's not an intrinsic quality at all. It's like a time and effort thing. Maybe this sounds trivial even, but I think it's important because it's a symptom of an overall thought process that is probably wrong. and self-harming. It's a trickle-down phenomenon from reliance on measuring things based on labels. With not enough focus on process, not much is really gained from addict-like seeking positive emotional juice from shifting yourself into one label or another. It's not real. Stunning that this happened to Mimi. She seemed kind of invincible, honestly. She seemed like off the table for harm. I don't know how to explain it. This broadcast system was a problem from the beginning. I would like to say that I oppose this from the second it was introduced as a form of torture. Oh, this is being broadcast live. Speaking of traps, feels like a trap. Why announce it? He's busy drinking. Otto just skips this arc in a gutter. We also, I mean, like, we need to know what we're doing before giving it to them. Okay, another barrier, sort of. I wouldn't give it to her frivolously, yeah. I think he needs a little bit of like strength right now, not sympathy. Okay, yeah, that's great. Yeah, focus. Good. Yeah, this is great. I think it's perfect. Right. Yeah. Sometimes there's a critical point too, where like an event happens, and consciously or not, like very early on, I think there's a choice that determines the direction that you're going to go in. Sometimes there's something that feels like a pull for self-pity or indulging in the emotion of the situation. I'm a firm believer in you can't should your feelings. Things are going to come up one way or the other, but there's a point at which you're just in too deep and you're actually making things worse still. Like, oh, I'm so worthless. I'm so terrible. Actually, there are many different versions of this. It also could be externally driven, blame. It's all their fault. If they hadn't, people are so. It becomes the crutch, and like weirdly, though it doesn't feel like it, it's serving a comfort function. It's sort of your instinct telling you to withdraw to a place where nothing else bad could happen ever again. And at least you'll be safe. You'll be safe in your little box. And if people like you, people will come to your aid and tell you that it's okay to be in the box and that you're actually not terrible. And then that system, whatever shape that takes, kind of becomes your processing system and your reward structure. And that gets increasingly hard to get out of it because you're practicing it. I like how in the show, characters' journeys aren't over because of a success or because of a big moment. It's this constant iteration. It's also such a cool moment from Subaru. Great leadership. That one looked pretty got. This is great. What went wrong? Oh, he got wrecked. I didn't realize he was so injured. Oh no, Elsa, not now. I love you, but not now. Oh yeah, he can heal. You underestimated them a little bit. Mimi tried to warn you. This whole thing with Elsa is so interesting and so intriguing. Like, he had this big power up and killed her. And it's like, we won, that's what we wanted. We wanted to be powerful so we can protect our friends, right? That was what we wanted. That's what would solve the issue. Surely it's the power, right? It's my power. I just have to get stronger. And if things aren't going well, it's because I'm not strong enough yet. This has come up a bunch recently. This came up in Invincible and Assassination Classroom. Speaking of processes, where like, if you're so reliant on one way of thinking or one way of acting, when problems inevitably emerge from that way of doing things, in the search for a solution, you will resort to the one thing that you know well, which is the very same method that led you to the problem. Well, she's just there watching. She froze up a little bit. He's not all in this. I don't know if it's a power problem. I don't think it's a power issue. I'm starting to think. Oh. She just saved both of your lives. Well, she saved your life. Cats have 9 lives. All right, it's got at least a couple more. It's a curse. Divine protection of the death god. That's an interesting sentence. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense also. I understand it. Nice. That's good. That went well. He had his moment. And he got back up. You're asking a lot. You're asking more than you know. I was also thinking, well, it's not likely to be this situation. Oh, man, you take such a big risk. The more I think about the show, the more I think there is such a crazy incentive to always use return by death. Because who knows what the next checkpoint is, and now Amelia's who knows where, outside of your control. Maybe she's like being lowered by a rope into lava right now, and there's a timer on it, and like the respawn point is like a second before she's dropped fully into the lava. That is a possibility at some point in the show if you let anything go more than like a couple feet out of your area of influence. Yes, I mean, I am her knight. Oh, interesting. And I can see that being a real problem for the whole emotional thing that Wrath has, because we don't know the activation yet. If it's just oral, this is like so mundane. But what this makes me think of is when I came back to Korea, it was during COVID time, so I had to quarantine for 2 weeks. And at that time, they put you in a single room in a hotel with no contact with other people. And, you know, that was terrible. But one thing that made it extra infuriating was that they could broadcast into all the rooms. And it was like 5 times a day, the most inane, obvious broadcasts that no one needed to a captive audience, because basically you're a prisoner. You don't have the right to make me listen to you. Something about that. Maybe it's just me specifically, me personally. But God, that was so irritating. Wow. He's really putting on a brave face. It's gotta be in agony. Oh, relearned. Wow. Okay, I definitely trust his assessments. All right. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Subaru isn't doing that. Wow, the faith they have in him. It's so amazing. It's so cool how the perspectives are radically different from what they know to what we know. It's not... There's a lot more to it than they're seeing. Though, I mean, the final result is correct. Like, consume your whole thing, your whole being. Yeah, they just keep showing up. Anyway, good luck. See you. Good luck with all that. I gotta do my own thing. I'll be rooting for you. That throws back to their conversation. The two together are really cool, Julius and Subaru, because they both have gifts and insights that the other benefit from. Subaru can get over his grudge. The funny thing is, with this multiple and experience that Subaru gets from having, you know, more time and more tries, there's gonna get to a point where like he doesn't need retries. He's just gonna get better at it. I mean, he already is. He's running on his leg. Yeah, a little mercy here. Yeah, Subaru couldn't have done that, so that was necessary. Oh, we have made eggs. Is this how cult members are made? Okay, yeah, they're mad strong. I want it for you, Garf. Where do these things come from to be this powerful? It's like the elite guards. Nice, nice. The whip! We're already using it. Alright, this is actually really impressive. Yeah. All of you together. Right? Yeah, they were never this powerful before. What? Oh, she's laying the eggs? This is lust? I am perplexed. It's a whole dragon. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't this. This was not my first thought, I'll admit. I know we like weird stuff sometimes, but even for anime, this is kind of a reach. Though, like, I've come to learn that, you know, everyone has a unique type. Try to imagine this dragon commandeering the comm systems. Yeah, this is too obvious of an emotional attack. Yeah, and like what a lust witch would look like. Maybe she can turn into a beautiful... Oh, I don't know, I'm holding out hope. It's not just a dragon. That was a beautiful moment of Subaru's emotional expression, though. Funny if she just died right there. Okay, fast healing. Oh man, that was great. Just screaming at them. Wait, don't go until you've dropped some philosophy on us. What does lust mean to you? Okay, see ya. This is a cool team. Don't leave us, Julius. He's just following Julius in his spirit stream. Wasn't invited, but I was kind of like wary of the whip thing, but actually seen him use it. He needed to ask her just to deflect from the massive amounts of agony he's in. Pain projection. Oh boy. Yeah, that runs its course though. Okay, this is the time to be calm, maybe. Operation Take Back the Government Office. Interesting. Oh, I'm getting that feeling again. I'm getting that sense that there's a post-credit scene. Oh no! Good lord. That was a doozy of a scene. Just checking all the creep boxes. I don't know if she even knows what that means. Her family and her associates and her community never bothered to give her sex ed lessons because they died. The archbishops and the witches are one of my favorite parts of the show, which is part of what makes this arc so exciting already. I don't know what the total picture for them is yet, but they're really interesting together. There's like a weird crossing. They don't always follow like their sin. They're just terrible people. They just have all of the sins. It seems more and more like regular Corneus's greed is like a sexual greed, which is maybe separate from lust. It's an extreme and kind of shocking to see version of like the seeking other people as kind of a tool of one's own gratification. It's like they are objects in the purest form. Watching them all in concert like this and realizing that there's some overlap between them makes me wonder if there isn't some common source or common element that unifies all of the sins. I have a very rough theory of what it could be, but I kind of want to wait and see what the archbishops do from here. I also want to see more of Gluttony. What he said, or at least what I took from what he said, was interesting about how I'm happy, very happy, extremely happy to be happy. There's no better reason for me to like gorge myself, indulge myself on food and other things. My first thought is, speaking of processes again, happiness and pleasure is a weird scale. That itself is an odd system that can run that same loop of like, well, I'm not feeling great. I haven't had enough pleasure yet. More pleasure means more happiness. And then in the rare moments of happiness, well, I'm feeling really happy, so mission accomplished. What else is there to do but like indulge myself? Life is just about pleasure. And then if the purpose of life is receiving pleasure, you need to create some scarcity, some waiting period, some anticipation, so that you can again experience the maximal amount of pleasure. Odd. But he's not content with just consuming food. He wants to consume people's souls, which is maybe not that different from greed. I don't know. What's the common thread underneath all of them? Anyway, I can't explain why exactly, but this season already, it just feels so much fun. There's just so much going on and so many great things happening and so much tension, and it's so fast paced. It seems like they've taken some of the best things of season 2 and then incorporated them with other elements in a way that improved it, at least so far. Where like we're getting the city building, the world building, and the big mystery and the intrigue simultaneously with the action, which is unrelenting. And the first 2 seasons built things so well that now there's just so much to play with, and there's a lot of investment in the individual characters and their dynamics. It's just really fun.